Hi everybody, it's Kristen at Cabin Creations in Phillips, Wisconsin, and I am here today to share with you another Stories at the Store. So stick along and read a fun kids book with us here today. Today's story for Stories at the Store is called The Big Smelly Bear. The Big Smelly Bear is a board book, so that means it's got the pages that are a little bit thicker, and the author of this book is Britta Teckentrup. All right, The Big Smelly Bear. This is part of a series, so there are 3 books altogether made by this same author with the same illustrations, but we're going to start with The Big Smelly Bear. All right, there he is, our Big Smelly Bear. It says, Big Smelly Bear never washed. Big Smelly Bear never brushed. Big Smelly Bear never took a bath. Big Smelly Bear was followed by a big stinky stink wherever he went. Flies buzzed all around him, but they were the only ones who ever came close. Oh, look at that. The frog's like, ick, get me out of here, it's too stinky. When the animals in the forest got a whiff of Big Smelly Bear, they ran away as quickly as they could. None of this seemed to bother Big Smelly Bear, but sometimes he did think that it would be nice to have a friend. Then one morning, everything changed. Big Smelly Bear woke up with the most terrible itch. He tried to scratch his back with his paw, but he couldn't reach. He tried rolling on the ground in the dirt, but that didn't stop the itching either. Big Smelly Bear was itchier and dustier than ever. He tried scratching his back with a tree branch, but that made the itch even itchier. He tried rubbing his back against the trunk of an old tree, but that didn't help at all. I would scratch your back for you, said a voice from above, but you are much too smelly. Big Smelly Bear looked up and saw a big fluffy bear sitting up in some branches. Big Fluffy Bear smiled at Big Smelly Bear. Why don't you take a bath? Asked Big Fluffy Bear. Then you wouldn't itch or smell. Because I don't need a bath, replied Big Smelly Bear. Yes, you do, said Big Fluffy Bear. No, I don't, said Big Smelly Bear. Yes, you do, growled Big Fluffy Bear. No, I do not, growled Big Smelly Bear. Yes, you do, cried Big Fluffy Bear. No, I do not, shouted Big Smelly Bear. Oh boy, they're having an argument. They're not getting along, are they? Yes, you do, shouted Big Fluffy Bear, because you stink. Both big bears sat quietly for a minute. Then Big Smelly Bear sighed a big sigh. Oh, all right, he said, and he stomped off grumpily down the hill to the pond. When Big Smelly Bear got out of the pond, he shook the water from his big body. Big Fluffy Bear jumped down from the tree and sniffed. There, she said, that's much better. You smell all clean. And she scratched his back for him. The itch was gone. Big Smelly Bear sighed. Thank you, he said. Then he gave Big Fluffy Bear's back a little scratch, too. I'm not going to take any more baths, said Big Smelly Bear. Big Fluffy Bear smiled, and the 2 big bears had a little bear hug. You see them hugging over there? Big Smelly Bear liked Big Fluffy Bear very much. Even though he said he would never bathe again, sometimes, late at night, he would wander down to the big pond. Can you guess what he was doing? Oh, looks like he's got a brush and a beach ball and a duck. I bet he's taking a bath. All right, wasn't that a great story? So there's a few things that we can learn from that story. One is that Even though sometimes taking a bath can be no fun, or taking a shower, sometimes we stink and smell and we need to do it. So Big Smelly Bear learned that lesson because he had an itch. And maybe he was itchy also because he was dirty. But he found that after he cleaned himself up, then he made a friend, and his friend helped him out. So there's a lot of things that we can learn there. And I hope that you will follow along with us again next time. Thanks for listening to the Big Smelly Bear, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.